Lev Vygotsky, Miranda Aldrich, Education 205, Professor Piazza. Lev Vygotsky was born in Western Russia in 1896. He died in 1934, and he was influenced his time by becoming a teacher. Vygotsky's theory was social culture theory. It was the culture's view on the world. It is also a social interaction of the development of cognition. It increases of mental processes within an individual are linked with social processes. There was a difference between Piaget's view and Vygotsky's. Vygotsky believed culture affects cognitive development, while Piaget had a view of universal stages, while Vygotsky didn't. Social interactions impact learning within the zone of proximal development, while Piaget maintains his view on cognitive development with children constructed knowledge. Vygotsky thinks the environment will influence the way they think and what they think about. Vygotsky believes in the role of language in the cognitive development, while Piaget believes language depends mostly on the thought for development. 4 basic principles of Vygotsky's framework: knowledge, development, learning, and language. Knowledge is what children construct on their own. Development is what supports students with understanding through learning, action, and reflection. Learning is the concepts and also from the teacher and the content. Language plays a central role in the mental development and how to use this with their culture. What influenced his theory was disabilities, holistic theories, and psychology. Vygotsky was heavily influenced by Kurt Goldenstein and Kurt Lewin because of the holistic theories of German America group. He also was influenced by the disabilities he encountered with the handicap with school or educational psychology. He wanted to psychoeducate, evaluate the disabled and the issue of children who had learned with sensory and cognitive impairments. He also found psychology very interesting. He was the founder of unfinished theories of human culture and its main focus, such as other theorists that influenced him. Vygotsky was linked to these theorists: Piaget, Brunner, and Dewey. Piaget, just like slide 2, he had a view of universal stages, while Vygotsky didn't. He maintained his view on cognitive development with children constructed knowledge, while Brunner and Vygotsky believed in children environment, usually social environment. They also believe in scaffolding is similar to a zone of proximal development. Scaffolding is helpful and interacts with the adult and child to reach a goal and succeed at it. Dewey and Vygotsky both believed in the roles of everyday activities in the social environment, but had differences with the processes and goals in education relationships. Dewey sees experience as helping the form of thinking. Vygotsky sees cultural as a way of thinking, while Dewey believes the child can achieve goals through interactions or interest of an activity, while Vygotsky thinks mentoring helps master an activity. Individuals or children learn under the theory. There is language, play, regulation of cognitive development, zone of proximal development, and scaffolding. We use play because of how a child performs individually versus with a mentor. Play because it refers to a task with assistance, and they are able to move into the zone of development and problem solving. Scaffolding is also a good method. It is because it helps with the deferred child's current level of problem solving versus the more complex problems that can be solved. They can use their language or inner speech to understand what they're learning and regulate their own thought process that contributes as regulation of cognitive development and zone of proximal development. They can also use models, discussion, and summarizing and predicting for the reciprocal teaching that can help the teacher be more aware of what their students are learning about. Overall, Vygotsky thought that children are most effective through their social interaction and their environment, unlike the other theorists who believed just in cognitive development and not language in their culture and environment.